if I had a pitch for a SpongeBob spinoff, I would want the proper Sandy Cheeks movie, the Sandy Cheeks spinoff we deserve, that tells the origin story of Sandy and how she came into Bikini Bottom for the first time, what motivation she had to go to Bikini Bottom. Either that, or was that all just an accident and Sandy decided to live in Bikini Bottom. Hey guys, this is Frozen Wish Studios here, and welcome back to another movie review. And today, I am going to be doing a review on Plankton the movie. So, Plankton the movie is the second SpongeBob spin-off Netflix movie, and the fourth SpongeBob spin-off project overall, counting Cam Coral and the Patrick Star Show. And it came out in 2025, 2 weeks ago. And it is directed by Dave Needham, and it stars the exact same cast as the SpongeBob show with no celebrity appearances. Thank God for that. And the film tells the story of Plankton, who has been constantly failing to get the Krabby Patty formula from Mr. Krabs. I mean, steal the Krabby Patty formula. Plankton's computer wife Karen is sick of Plankton wanting to steal the Krabby Patty formula. So she decides to give Plankton the successful business he wants that he should have had a long time ago by pretty much drawing in customers and serving them good chum that they can eat. But apparently, Plankton rejects Karen's idea to make Plankton's business successful because it's not evil enough. And so, when Plankton burns down Karen's restaurants, Karen is done with Plankton's shit, and so she decides to rule the world without him. And so yeah, Karen takes over the world. She gains three heads, and she actually successfully take destroys Bikini Bottom with just a snap of her finger. So and so so now that your Bikini Bottom has become a wasteland, but no, not like in not like in Sponge Out Water, just rather an empty Bikini Bottom with nothing in it, like almost like a void. Plankton must find a way to f- Plankton must find a way to stop Karen, and so so throughout the Plankton's journey to find to figure out how to stop Karen, we get to learn the origin story of Plankton and Karen, where they when they first met, and Plankton built Karen in college, and so they both became a couple, and then Plankton kept on giving Karen updates, and so both of them wanted to take over the world for each other. So yeah, and so now as Plankton tries to rebuild the old Karen, that plan goes to shit, and so thanks to the motivation of the gal pals, Sandy, Mrs. Puff, and Pearl, they motivate Plankton to that the only way to stop Karen is to apologize to her. So yeah, now I just want to say I do apologize for making this review very late, as I did see this movie on opening day back when it dropped on Netflix. And it's been almost 2 weeks now. But the reason why it took me this long to review Plankton the movie is because life just got in the way. I reviewed the first three SpongeBob movies on my channel in preparation for this film's review. You can go check that out on my channel. You'll check this out on my channel. But yeah, now not everyone was noticed this. Like, not a lot of people I know were not aware of this. So I just want to say that Plankton the movie was actually leaked. I mean, everyone knows about the Saving Bikini Bottom, the Sandy Cheeks movie leak. But believe it or not, like they did it again. Somebody leaked the Plankton movie, and they let alone leaked it very early on. Like it's like it's actually in August. Yeah, I thought it was in November, but turns out it was actually leaked in November. No, August. Yeah, thanks to a friend of mine on Letterboxd for you know for sending me the link to the film, and then so I decided to watch it to see how bad it is. And yeah, I went to this movie expecting this movie to be an absolute train wreck of a film, mainly because I am done with SpongeBob at this point. I mean, I'm done supporting modern SpongeBob. Now, don't get me wrong, I am a SpongeBob fan. SpongeBob is my favorite animated show of all time. Now I know some people, not everyone believes me because how the fuck can you like SpongeBob? It has humor that you wouldn't like. So how the fuck do you praise SpongeBob? So yeah, I actually saw like bits and pieces of Mr. Chillibon's rant on me. I didn't watch the whole thing. But I did watch a part of his video, his rant on me. And apparently, one thing I saw from that rant, besides the Harry Thomas parts, where he apparently shoved this hatred of Harry Thomas down our throats and like trying to like repeat the same points of him, which is just getting old because he just says every time he rants on either me or Chose by Girlfriend, he'd bring up his same old criticism with Harry Thomas. Well, but that's not the main topic. Sorry, I'm going off topic, but I'm talking about his rant on me from what I saw. He said that he said that it's weird that I'm a SpongeBob fan when SpongeBob has humor that I personally would not like. But and it's like and he thinks that I'm a fake SpongeBob fan. Like I'm only pretending to like SpongeBob. And he says that, or either that, or I think he says like he just doesn't understand why I praise SpongeBob. Well, it's because I just like this show. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why, but it's actually very engaging. And this is actually the only family show I watch now. Well, unless if you count Your Friendly Neighborhood, Spider-Man as a family animated show. But I mean, I don't watch a lot of animated shows nowadays. But I mean, I like this, Arcane and X-Men '97. Yeah, those are the animated shows I follow. Oh yeah, and the Owl House too. Yeah, which is my favorite Disney animated show on Disney. No, not that Disney XD or channel whatever. Yeah, and I'm still a Star vs. the Force EO fan, by the way, but not as much as I used to be. As now, I prefer the Owl House over yeah over Star vs. the Forces of Evil, and yeah, so like what I said, I'm a SpongeBob fan. I adore the classics. Yeah, sure. I like Benny. Really do not like the mid-season of SpongeBob. It's terrible. But I gotta be honest with you guys. The more I think about it, I would rather watch the mid-season of SpongeBob than modern SpongeBob, like season 12 onwards. Like the reason why is that as bad as poorly written and insulting and sometimes disgusting as the mid-season SpongeBob mid-seasons of SpongeBob are, at least they're watchable and memorable, and they have something worth of value to them, and they have a couple of good episodes. With seasons 12 and 13, they are so incredibly lackluster. Yeah, I thought season 11, like SpongeBob was already safe, but no, season 12 just dropped the ball big time. Yeah, and I think this show should have ended. I think SpongeBob should have ended after Steven Hillenburg has died because SpongeBob died with Steven Hillenburg. I mean, sure, I think SpongeBob in 2019 was okay. I did see some of the SpongeBob episodes in 2019, and like 1 year after Steven Hillenburg's death, and they were fine. But yeah, in the 2020s decade, yeah, oh my goodness, yeah, they just dropped the ball. Now, are any of the modern SpongeBob episodes as offensive as some of the worst mid-season SpongeBob episodes, like One Course Meal and A Pal for Gary, and my personal least favorite SpongeBob episode, is Splinter? No, they're not that level bad, but there are these, but they are incredibly bland and nothing worth of value, and they are so lackluster, and they're worst of all, I mean, they are boring. I do not care less about them, and at least some episodes like One Course Meal and Splinter and Battle Gary, they are original ideas. My biggest problem with SpongeBob now is that they're basically remaking old episodes. Yeah, yeah, they're remaking. Yeah, like one episode that they remade is my favorite SpongeBob season 3 episode, the Idiot Box. Yeah, yeah, especially with the imagination. Yeah, apparently they brought back the Idiot Box and made a remake of it. Why? Yeah, I'll talk about that when I share my reasons as to why I would rather watch modern mid-season SpongeBob episodes than modern SpongeBob episodes. I'll probably and yes, guys. By the way, I will make SpongeBob content about the SpongeBob show on July for the show's 26th anniversary. So yeah, at least I already did a my reviews on the Fantastic Four close preparation and oh wait, yeah, I still got a few franchises to review leading up to some July movies like Superman movies and some of the DCU movies I have not reviewed yet, and also the Smurfs movies in preparation for the new Smurfs. But yeah, I'll definitely give myself time for SpongeBob content on July. But now let's just focus on the movies. Now, yes, I did a massive rant on Savvy Bikini Bottom, the Sandy Chicks movie, which honestly, guys, I think my rant on Savvy Bikini Bottom, the Sandy Chicks movie, it needs a redo because I will admit, guys, looking back at my Savvy Bikini Bottom, the Sandy Chicks movie rant, it did not age well. I will make a better rant on it on its 1 year anniversary of its Netflix release. Yes, guys, I decided I will on August on its 1 year anniversary. I will sit through it and torture myself and rant in it. But now let's focus on the Plankton movie. So yeah, because of how much that Sandy Cheeks movie dropped the ball big time, was expecting Plankton the movie to be even worse than Saving Bikini Bottom, mainly because Plankton is a weaker character than Sandy. Sure, I like Plankton. I actually would prefer Plankton over both Mr. Krabs and Patrick Star, but yeah, I mean Sandy Cheeks is my favorite SpongeBob character, so I thought that okay, maybe a Sandy at least so a Sandy Cheeks movie had a lot more potential, but when they revealed the Sandy Cheeks movie in CinemaCon and revealed that SpongeBob was going to be in it, it was apparently going to be about Sandy and SpongeBob work. It was going to be a Sandy and SpongeBob team up adventure to go out of to go into land. Yeah, I knew it was. Yeah, that's when I was like, okay, I'm not on board anymore. But yeah, applying to the movie, even the idea itself is like, why? Like, what the fuck are they gonna do with this? Is this gonna be just another one of those? Plankton tries to steal the Krabby Patty formula from Mr. Krabs. Like, I was actually thinking that this was going to be like a heist film where we get to see Plankton's like biggest heist to steal the Krabby Patty formula. Yeah. So yeah, but after seeing Plankton the movie, by the way, I have the same thoughts on the film now as I did when I first saw the leak. My first impression, I gotta say, I'm actually quite surprised by it. Because this movie is actually not bad. Yeah, you saw the title. I think the Plankton movie is actually not bad. It's surprisingly alright. Yeah, it's alright. It's fine. So yep, that's why I think the Plankton movie. I think it is a fine, passable film. But yeah, and so Plankton the movie is a SpongeBob movie where they actually tried, and that's something I'll give this movie for. It is by far the best of the SpongeBob spin-offs that we've had. Like it is a million times better than Camp Coral, the Patrick Star Show, and especially Saving Bikini Bottom. Oh, by the way, guys, yes, I will rant on Camp Coral and the Patrick Star Show. When I do my SpongeBob show content in July, I will rep those two shows apart as a double rant. Yeah, I will do that. So yeah, where was I? But yeah, so yeah, it is better than Saving Bikini Bottom by a huge long shot. It's also it's also better than Sponsor the Run too. But does it say much? Well, no. No, it does not say much because even if it is a masterpiece in comparison to some of the stuff that came out of SpongeBob recently, this is still a painfully average movie overall. It doesn't do much to fix the current state of SpongeBob and how lackluster it has become because this film is also kind of lackluster. Well, I'm 50-50 on whether I would say this is a lackluster movie or not. Like, I mean, this movie could have been so much better because I will say this: on paper, this movie sounds awesome. Like, this could have been the second best special movie. I mean, obviously, it was not going to top the original Spartan SquarePants movie, but it could have been like as solid as a sponge out of water, if not even better. Like this premise on paper sounds awesome. It sounds like the SpongeBob redeemer that we need. Besides season 11, there are things in this movie that did so incredibly well. Like some aspects, like how Karen completely stole the show here. Like, oh man, yeah, we gotta talk about Karen. Yeah, I think Karen is the most underappreciated SpongeBob character and one of my favorite SpongeBob characters in general. Yeah, she's just such a sweet and lovable computer wife, and you'd feel bad for her because she's the henchman of Plankton. Yeah, the only reason Plankton uses Karen as a henchman is because she's just a computer. And computers don't have feelings, so Plankton that Karen would not have any heart and remorse, and she'll just do everything that Plankton wants her to do. But Karen actually does not let Plankton get in her head all the time. She still quote unquote supports Plankton, but then they both. But Karen would at heart Karen actually acts like a human being. So that's the problem with Karen. And I just wish that Karen would just be done with Plankton shit and just move on with her life without letting Plankton control her because you can tell that she's not your typical computer slave or whatever the fuck you wanna call it. But yeah, and yeah. So in this film, I think Karen is at her best yet because oh man, is so Karen is freaking awesome, man. She absolutely stole. Yeah, like what I said, she stole the show here. I mean, she went full on Scarlet Witch. I think that making Karen the main villain of the movie, it's actually really good. Yeah, I actually like the idea of Karen being Karen being the villain. It's something I did not expect, but it was worth it. She basically went full on Scarlet Witch from Multiverse of Madness because not only is she a powerful SpongeBob antagonist, but also probably the most powerful villain in all of SpongeBob. She is really unstoppable, and it actually made these stakes even higher. Yeah, seeing how evil Karen is, it really raised the stakes very high. Yeah, to the max, and so yeah, I think almost everything worked about Karen. Now there is one flaw I had with Karen's character. I will get to it later. When I talk about the flaws, but now let's continue talking positive about this movie before I share my flaws. Yeah. I will say that the back Plankton's a backstory on how he went to college and how he went to college and he built a carrier for the first time and all that stuff. Yeah, that is actually a very interesting backstory. And I gotta be honest, I think this should have been what the Plankton the movie was about. Like it should have been about the Plankton's college journey and how he was discriminated because he was small, and I felt really bad for Plankton in the backstory. And by the way, that the backstory of Plankton in college is probably my personal favorite scene in the film. Like that tied with the gal pals versus versus the Karens. Yeah, the Karen heads. Yeah, Plankton's a backstory. Yeah, I felt so bad for Plankton because Plankton's family was like making fun of, well, was like mocking Plankton because Plankton told him his dream of going to college, and they're all saying, "Oh, you're gonna get stepped on, Plankton." And so yeah, everybody was like trying to step on Plankton because of how small he was, and nobody cared. And so this made Plankton a one to rule the world, to show everyone that he's not as small. And I will say that is actually a really good motivation. Like just because you're small doesn't mean you can be doesn't mean that you're weak. And that's actually one that kind of reminds me of why I like Bellwether from Zootopia because I mean Bellwether is small and seems likable on the outside, but actually she's like a monster on the inside. So like her like small size that does not like make her does not pull her back from just being an absolute menace. And also same thing for the villain in Ninja 2, which I'll get to whenever I get to review Ninja 2. So yeah, and so what else? My college. Oh yeah, and also I love the presence of the gal pals with Sandy, Pearl, and Mrs. Pop. Yeah, the gal pals were one of the best aspects of the film. Yeah, they were like literally girl power, some girl power here. Sandy was a hell lot better in this film than she was in Sponge, in Saving Bikini Bottom, her own spin off, and that's insane. Yeah, and yeah, the gal pals absolutely kicked ass, and they actually served a purpose to the story way more than SpongeBob did, which I'll talk about SpongeBob later. Because yeah, spoiler alert, SpongeBob is one of my negatives. But the gal pals actually served a purpose to the story. They motivated Plankton to apologize to Karen. Like they were like the reasons they were the ones who solved Plankton's issue, and they gave Plankton advice on how to stop. And they were mostly there to help Plankton stop the Karens while Plankton gets to the actual Karen and all that stuff. It also had a very interesting blend of genres such as rom-com, musical, and thriller. Yeah, the rom-com aspect being the relationship between Plankton and Karen, the musical being because of the songs, and the thriller because of the way that Karen became a monster. Also, it was thankfully not boring as there was some ambition and stakes to the film, even if uh, um, even if the ambition may have been too much for this kind of movie, let alone for the short runtime. But yeah, that's all for my positives. Now let's get into all my criticisms with the movie, and like these are the reasons on why Plankton the movie could not and cannot save SpongeBob, no matter how much they tried. The biggest problem with the movie is that the biggest problem with the movie is that Plankton's character arc and motivation in this movie is not in line with his motivation in the show. Like it literally changes the motivation of Plankton and eradicates two SpongeBob episodes, which are Friend or Foe and Plankton's Regular. Both episodes showcase that Plankton just wants a successful business and thinks that Krabs' formula can lead him to success because he wants to know how these Krabby Patties are good and it can lead him to success. But in this movie, Plankton's motivation is that he just wants to be evil just for the sake of world domination. He doesn't care about a successful business. If Plankton's character was in line with the show, like Plankton's character arc would have ended with Karen making like the Chum Bucket an actual restaurant that drew in customers and made the chum and making the chum actually good. That could have been the end of Plankton's character arc. That could have been like, okay, done. Plankton is happy with it. He's happy that he's earning money, and then he can just do his own thing without trying to steal the secret formula. But Plankton is like, oh no, that's not evil enough. Oh, it needs to be evil. Like, come on, Plankton. Like, this is not Plankton at all. Yeah, this is a clear misunderstanding of Plankton, and sometimes it just makes you question: did do the writers did the writers even watch the SpongeBob episodes carefully? Specifically, specifically, specifically with Plankton's actual character arc. Yeah, and oh, and also another big problem with the movie is SpongeBob. Why the fuck does SpongeBob need to be in this? He did absolutely nothing but just be as annoying as possible. And yes, SpongeBob is incredibly annoying. He does not shut up. And also he tries to be Plankton as a therapist, but it just fails so miserably as they were just play for laughs, and I hate SpongeBob's German accent. That is just an insult to German accents. I bet the Germans are watching this would be offended by SpongeBob's attempt of a German accent. Oh, and also what Greg, especially the part where SpongeBob was in the Galpal's lair, and then SpongeBob like drank coffee, and he became so super hyper about it. Oh my goodness, SpongeBob pissed me off. I literally wanted to slap him in his face to stop getting so hyperactive. And don't worry, guys. I'm not like threatening SpongeBob. I'm saying that like I said that I only wanted to slap him to make him stop. And it is normal actually for hyperactive people. Like and yeah. Oh, and also they even had to put Patrick involved in the third act. Why do they have to bring in Patrick if we just wanted to goof around? Like, I mean, why do they have to bring in Patrick to help them? Like, Patrick could have been just a background character, just like in the beginning, but no, he just like, oh, I had to join them, because comedy, yeah. The jokes were incredibly hit or miss, but I will say this: there was one joke that I actually like straight up laughed my ass off. Not a chuckle, but an actual laugh. That was like where the name of Plankton's university is BSU, which stands for Bikini Bottom State University. But SpongeBob thought that Plankton was saying bullshit you, as in BSU, as in bullshit you, and then he was like, Plankton, what? Hey, Plankton, watch your language. Yeah, that actually got me laughing. Honestly, one of the best jokes in SpongeBob. But then you got some annoying like noise. But then you get all the noise. Yeah, yeah. I'm sure y'all know that reference. Yeah. Oh, and also the songs were bad. I would say. Now I will say is there was one decent song in the film soundtrack, and that was like the song that Karen was singing when she turned into evil Karen with her three heads. That was the only song I was like, okay, but all the other songs in this movie, good God, yeah, not impressed with them. Yeah, I am not impressed with them. How the fuck does I can't believe people praise like gave a positive impression on these songs. How the fuck does this movie's songs get passed, but Moana 2 and especially Wish's songs that don't get passed? That's not fair. I mean, who the fuck would remember any of the songs from the Plankton movie over this Wish from Wish? Oh, and yeah, probably the worst song in the film is like Plankton's introduction song. Yeah, yeah, that song was like so forgettable. Oh, and also big balls and blah 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 blah. Oh, shut up. Yeah, and of course you got the animation. I will say this: the animation is a mixed bag. I mean, when it comes to this style of animation in comparison to Sponge on the Run and Saving Bikini Bottom, it's better those animations, but it's still not good. It's still not very good. I will say that some characters are well designed, like Plankton and Karen. The background animation, Bikini Bottom, does look nice. But when it comes to your character design of characters like SpongeBob, Mr. Krabs, and all these background characters and Patrick too, they're really bad. Oh, and let's not forget the lip syncing where SpongeBob's lips does not match what he's saying. Oh, I will. Oh yeah, and also another very creative thing about the animation is some 2D segments in there. Whatever, um, we get to see stuff like Plankton's origin story told in black and white style, and then also another Plankton's delusions that were in like entirely hand drawn. They were like very creative, but yeah, my last problem with the movie is how rushed the climax was. Karen was far gone, so it makes us wonder how is Karen going to get back to Plankton? Once Plankton says that Karen was his secret formula all along, Karen immediately forgives Plankton and they both become a loving couple again. It tries to be heartwarming, but it could have been heartwarming and more impactful if it wasn't rushed. So overall, Plankton the movie is an improvement from the previous two SpongeBob movies, but it's still not a good movie. It sounds like one of the best SpongeBob movies on paper, but it just did not fully live up to its potential. How I would fix this movie to make it as great as it seems on paper is to make a theatrically released 2D animated film with a bigger budget for better animation, make the runtime longer, especially to give more time for Karen to get back to Plankton in a convincing way, and leave SpongeBob as a background character. So yeah, so with that said, guys, I'm gonna give Plankton the movie 3 stars out of 5. An alright movie. It just dodged a bullet from getting a 2.5 out of 5. I could have given this a 2.5 out of 5, but because it is kind of enjoyable, that's actually why I decided on a 3 out of 5 instead of a 2.5. So also for my review of Plankton the movie, what are your thoughts on the film? Would you agree with me that this movie is mid at best? Did you enjoy the film, or did you think this film sucked? Comment down below, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned for my movie review on Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the original one, leading up into the Snow White remake. So yeah, bye guys.